During the process of making June's video, I've been sort of getting myself overwhelmed doing the editing for videos to come, but in the meantime I figured I'd make this quick video, which will probably not be the only video for June, but who knows? I mean, with my schedule, you never know. I figured I'd do a quickie here. So what I have here is a thrift store find. I already took the price tag off, but I paid $15 for this at Savers here in the Boston area. And actually it was the Hanover Savers. But I got this. Now, normally I don't usually pick up netbooks from thrift stores, but this one was just in such amazing condition for being a 10-year-old computer. And, you know, because I sort of have a little bit of a sweet spot for netbooks, I decided to pick this up. This is a ASUS EPC, and actually ASUS was the first company to make netbooks. So, you know, that's always a plus. Won't be showing the Windows 7 starter key because, well, you can use it to activate 10. So because of that, I am unfortunately going to have to censor this key. This is the EPC 1005 HAB. And I can't find any major cosmetic defects with this computer. I just got the power adapter in today. I let it charge for about 5 hours. So the battery, I hope the battery works, but we'll find out in just a moment here. So we got a DC in jack here, VGA out with no screws, USB 2.0, Kensington lock, air cooling vent. The front, there really isn't anything. SD card reader here, which I believe does support SDHC, TRS jacks for headphone in and microphone in, 2 more USB 2.0 ports, and of course gigabit Ethernet, because it wouldn't be a netbook without networking capabilities. Yes, my phone tripod broke, so of course you'll have to excuse the gorilla style videography here. EPC logo up here, mediocre webcam and microphone here. Got a 10.1 inch display, which is a lot larger than the original netbooks, which had a 7-inch LCD display. Keyboard is in amazing condition, no visible wear on these keycaps whatsoever. Energy Star, which, you know, you could probably go watch a certain video by Goat Herder Ed on computer labels, but anyways, Intel Atom, N270 to be exact, Windows 7 Starter Edition. Pause if you want to read all about this glorious netbook, and of course the trackpad with the mouse buttons down here. Interestingly enough, this is something I wouldn't expect to see on an ASUS laptop, is a trackpad disable button. Usually that's found on HP laptops, but not necessarily ASUS. We also have some indicator lights here for power, battery charge, and hard drive activity, wireless activity, and caps lock. So, moment of truth. Will this computer power up? Is it a complete system? And are there any major defects? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, the lights came on, so the battery probably does hold some charge. F2 for setup, okay. Pause if you want to read. Actually, oh yeah. And the CMOS battery is completely dead, as you can probably tell by that message about... Well, actually, no. CMOS battery's not dead. Why was it saying the date and time is invalid? Oh, you know what? I know some BIOSes do that. Okay, I'm hitting... You can clearly see I'm hitting the right arrow key, and it's not advancing the screen. Okay, the left arrow. Okay, yeah, I think I see why this person, whoever the original owner was, got rid of this laptop. Could have a defective keyboard here. Well, I'll have to order me one of those. Good news is they're relatively easy to find on Amazon, so I just hope it's not the keyboard controller on the motherboard that's the problem, but... Anyways, there you go, 1.6 gigahertz Atom N270. Looks like a gigabyte of RAM, probably upgradable to 2 gigs, which is pretty much the maximum RAM that netbooks could handle. We'll see, hopefully there's no passwords on here. Fortunately, that is true. There's no hard drive or BIOS password set. And the down arrow key does not appear to work, nor does the up arrow key. Well, that's wonderful. Okay, well, I'll have to get me a new keyboard for this laptop, but see if there's see if this thing has Windows on it or any OS at all. Oh, yep, booting into Windows. Probably Windows 7, even though it has the Vista loading bar. I made the mistake of saying that that's what happens with Windows 7 when your video card doesn't support Aero, but actually it's because the screen resolution is below 1024 by 768. Yep, Windows 7 Starter Edition. Looks like it might be the original installation, judging by this beach background they used for the lock screen. It looks like no passwords were set. Yes, indeed, this may indeed be the original installation. And Trend Micro is not able to connect, but that's to be expected because A, we're not connected to the internet, and B, well, this laptop, you know, I'm not going to connect unprotected Windows 7 to my network. All right, well, here we are. Let's test out the keyboard. If I can click the start button, there we go. Go to WordPad here. See what other keys don't work. Okay, I'm pressing Q, and Q is not registering. Okay, those keys seem to work. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, there's several letter keys I've already noticed that aren't registering, so this is gonna need a new keyboard. But thankfully, the keyboard is pretty easy to replace. You just pop a few clips here. It's not screwed in or anything. You just pop the old one out, throw the new one in. I've repaired about a dozen of these back when they were the hot new trend. Yeah, and look at that glorious Windows 7 starter wallpaper that you can't change. Although you actually can if you. I think there exist third-party utilities that modify the registry, which allow you to change the default desktop background. We'll go into the system properties here. Windows 7 starter, no Service Pack 1, so this may even be a clean installation. Atom N270, gig of RAM, 32-bit. Oh boy, yeah, I'm gonna have to. Carly Tobias. Well, yeah, I guess I should probably censor that. I'm probably gonna have to cut that out because I don't want them to see. I don't want everyone to see that person's name. Got a 250 gig hard drive here. Let's see what applications we got on here. Yeah, and you can really tell up here how slow netbooks really were back in the day, especially, and you can see why putting Windows Vista on these things was an absolute mistake. Bunch of crappy games, Piggly. Has a Ralink wireless card, that's interesting. Trend Micro. Yeah, bunch of bloatware that came with these. That's something you don't really know. Skype, hey, who remembers that? What is this up here? Is this like some sort of pre-installed? Oh, it's yeah, it's from the OEM. It's OEM software, okay. Well, that's interesting to see in Windows 7 nonetheless. Yeah, it looks like a pretty clean Windows 7 install. You actually go into the, oh, you know what, we can't because the keyboard's not working. I was gonna run dir whack A, whack P, but the problem is when we don't have a functioning keyboard or a mostly broken keyboard, we really can't do that. Surprisingly, this battery seems to be holding a charge so far, and this is the original battery. I did check, so I'm surprised that this original battery holds a charge. Honestly, I think this thing might be worth getting a new keyboard for if the battery's still good, and I mean, considering that this thing is in pretty darn good condition, I would say this is definitely worth probably a keeper. Let's see if there's any documents left on here. It looks like they cleaned this thing out. Well, maybe I hope, hopefully. Well, you know what? Let me try to do dir whack A whack P because I know you guys would want to see that. So let's see. Does the D key work? It does. I works. R works. Okay. Well, we can at least get a directory listing. Oh, you know what? Okay. Well, we can type dir whack A whack P. Does CD work? Ah, damn. The period key doesn't work. Well, that's a pisser. I can't get to the root of the C drive. Crap. Well, I guess I could try here, though. Can't use the period key. That one's off limit. That key's off limits. Let's see. Well, here's the app data folder. It's showing that it was created in 2009. Looks like this computer was last used about 5 years ago, judging by some of these dates I'm seeing here. Well, Carly Tobias, if you're watching this video, I now have your computer. Haha, it's mine. I'm never giving it back. I'm so evil. Ha ha ha. No, I'm not really. But yeah, no, it's this is you. I mean, honestly, I got to give kudos to you for taking such good care of your netbook. Because believe me, I get a bunch of these from clients, and these things are all abused, and the keyboard's all worn, and they've got scratches and scuffs all over them. But this is probably the cleanest netbook I've ever gotten from a thrift store. The thrift store that I was at in Hanover also had a gaming PC and a video capture PC. I was thinking about grabbing the video capture PC, but most of my capture card since I edit on a Mac, and I've used Macs ever since Microsoft decided to discontinue Windows 5 years ago. Yeah, no, I've switched to the Mac, but you know, I do like collecting old PCs just to reminisce. And you know what? Screw 10. I'm probably just going to keep 7 on here, and I'm sure somebody will find a way to install the paid extended security patches without having to illegally hack the system, or make major registry modifications, or better yet, download the Windows embedded POS Ready 7 updates. So anyways, that's a quick little video of this ASUS EPC 1005 HAB. Like I said, I will put up another video here shortly, so stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the future. Take care. And I missed the camera.